Greetings, programs. This is Digital Jedi coming to you sanctimoniously live from Jedi Temple 1. Welcome to another edition of Designing a Jedi, where you watch me design my YouTube channel art live. As terribly interesting as that sounds. As you can see here, we have got quite a bit of the design done for my existing, what would we call this, my Jedi avatar. If you've watched previous episodes, if you have not watched previous episodes, this is your first time here, what we were doing with this art design is trying to come up with a design for my YouTube channel art. Here was the original concept. That's not even the original concept. Originally I was in like red and blue, and it's pretty traditional Jedi robes, and just I wasn't really happy with it. And then I got the idea to do a Tron inspired Jedi, because I am digital Jedi. And why I've never thought about that before in the 20 odd years that I've had this screen name. Then I decided to, well, just do the Tron legacy thing. That makes total sense. So for my channel, it's going to be this, but designing it here was not working, so we moved on to a Bruce Timm template that we picked up off of the intranet. You can kind of see it back there, Green Lantern, and we are now to the coloring stage. We've done the pencils, we've done the basic designs. This is all very rough. We're not trying to make it look perfect. We're just trying to give it the overall, trying to come up with the overall feel and look of how we want things to be. So we added some of the glows, we added some of the whites. Some of the stuff is not set in stone. This is all experimentation, but we seem to be on the right track. So let's get to coloring the boots and see if we have the color scheme that I want and if it works. I might go with a third shade of gray here. See if I can pick something up from this palette. That definitely is not from another comic book that I'm working on. Metal, no. Where's the dark grays? I don't know, that might not be gray enough. Let's turn these whites off for the moment, so we don't have too much overlap. Wouldn't you know, the last one's not sealed. Take me to my inks layer. There's a possibility that I might have to jump up here in the middle of my work, because I have a little munchkin who lives in the house with me, who is supposed to be taking her nap. And she's being a little difficult about it. What? Oh, look at that. Didn't see that. So, if you see BRB on the screen, that means I had to run and make her lay back down. Hold on, I haven't checked this stream to see if it's streaming properly. Are we good? We're not suffering from any buffering. And I didn't have live chat open, but nobody's talking to me. Everything cool? Why does it say I'm offline? Alright. Excuse me. Oh yeah, we got started super late today. Remember when I said this was supposed to take place between 6 and 11? I mean 8 and 11? Yeah. I thought I created a new layer for that. I did. Maybe we'll just go for the... So let's try this. Well, let's see, we have these etchings. Now, you know, something else I can do is I can just etch these out in regular white. So that's my hair. Okay, here's blacks. So let's just lighten that black rather than... Where is my hue saturation? Let's just lighten it a bit. Okay, and okay, let's fill that with black. Am I on the correct layer? Make sure you're on the right layer, boss. No, for some reason that doesn't work when you have the selection tool active and you click inside the marching ants. I don't know why that is. Sorry if I'm talking a little low, but I'm trying to get Butthead to go to sleep. And I don't want my talking to distract her. What we're going to do is we're going to add a we're going to create a clipping mask. Just create a new layer, hold down Alt, and so move your mouse between the two layers. You'll see this down arrow, and it creates a clipping mask layer, layer 6 right here. And this clipping mask layer will let you do some amazing things. So I'm going to pick a brush, and we're going to pick the color. You know what? Let's pick the light gray, the gray that we have here. Sorry. And when you color on that clipping layer, did we actually pick this? Make sure you don't have your selection tool on. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so when you color on that clipping layer, what you're going to see is only the lines will be colored. And if you can, ordinarily you wouldn't be drawing on black like this. And you can just fill the layer if you want. But I don't want to do that because that turns everything gray. What we'll do is we'll fill this area right here. And now I can fool around with the coloring on this layer. If I want those to stand out a little bit more. Yeah, I think I like that. Let's turn the white glows back on. I think that is kind of effective. So let's go to this layer, the boots layer, because I think I want the boots filled with black. And when we finally get this down, we will do the actual design here. I was trying to come up with the glows here when I got the Tron idea, and it just, ugh. It's too hard to do that in an action pose. Sometimes it's easy. A layer. Mm-hmm. And you can use it to highlight areas too sometimes when they're not very clear. See? I know there's some markings back here I want to stand out. We don't want them to glow because we want them to look like grooves and ridges in the costume. And let's see. I notice I didn't create any of these markings here. That's fine. I don't know what I'm going to do with these markings, if they'll be a contrasting color. Clearly they can't. Well, you know what? Maybe they can. Oh boy. Sorry, I changed one of the shortcuts in my Wacom tablet, and I keep pressing that shortcut thinking it's going to do something else. What do we want to do here? Oh yeah, I'm going to go to this layer. Expand it, fill it with black. Oh, look at that. Where'd that come from? Gotta pick the right layer. And then I'm gonna switch to that clipping layer. Switch to the clipping layer color. Looks like we have a little bit of transparency going here. What we might do is what we'll do here is we'll go back to this layer and just do what we probably should have done in the first place, just fill it in by hand. Easy there, buddy. You don't lift your pencil, then all your mistakes get caught in the, all your work gets caught in the undo state. Yeah, I have kind of a funky brush selected. Looks like I ran into this issue quite a bit. Not really sure what caused that, but we weren't trying to be perfect with this particular artwork. Oh, this one filled in nicely. This is just trying to get a design down. Sorry, wrong layer. I noticed these other tutorials, they never do that. They never select the wrong layer. I select the wrong layer all the time. Constantly, with every single project I've ever worked on. These guys will sit here and do these live 2-hour tutorials and never once select the wrong layer. I don't know how they do that. I think that works for me. We might go back and do something else, but for the moment I kind of dig that. You know, I didn't really need to add this highlight because this shouldn't be black. Let's do this more smartly. More smartly? Yeah, that's English. I talk good English. We had some leaking right there. Turn the light off so we don't leak again. There we go. Open all the colors back up. Go back to this layer, delete. Did I expand pixels? I don't think I ever expanded pixels. Let's expand pixels. And then delete. Let's go layer where these actual arms are. Select that color. And fill it. And then of course we don't necessarily need the highlights from that clipping mask layer. Necessarily. Looks a little wonky there, but I might just leave it out because there's enough. I think there's enough insinuation there so that your mind isn't drawn somewhere else. Some of these blacks really need a little more fill, but wrong one. Psh, wrong one. That says hair. Why are you selecting a layer that says hair? Let me take a look what happens if I expand pixels a bit. It's not so good in some cases. You know what? It almost looks like I didn't expand pixels when I filled it in the last time. So let's do what we did here a second ago. Close the whites and the colors layer. Reselect all these areas that are supposed to be black. Like that one there we never did fill. We'll leave the boots separate. And then everything that's supposed to be black. Yeah, okay. Now expand the pixels. Open these colors back up. This is the black layer right here? No, just name the friggin' layer. There we go. Actually have black selected. Okay. Yeah, it looks a little more legit. So, you know what I should have done is I probably should have referenced not just a... I thought about this before. I referenced this, but we have a Tron cartoon that actually aired on Disney XD for some number of years, Tron Uprising. So I should take a look at that if my keyboard would just friggin' work. Rather than a Sam Flynn, let's take a look at a, what was that kid's name? Tron 2. No, his name wasn't Tron 2. His name was, I don't know. But we want to look at the black outfit that he would wear ordinarily, that most everybody would wear. See if I can save an image of it somewhere for us to look at together. Ah, there's something. Yeah. Save this image to Dropbox. Two different computers here, so I can't open Chrome on this computer while I'm live streaming, or we will lose the stream. Let's take a look at this image here, which is no doubt going to be different. We dropped it between layers. Move it up here. Doggone it, I hate it when that happens. Thank you. So, case in point. Oh, they go with heavy blacks sometimes. I like it. And there's a little bit more of an there's an inner glow. That's how there's an inner glow as well as an outer glow. Yeah, I'm going to do that, man. I know there was a lot more. Somehow they made that look more bluish. They made it look more bluish by actually adding more blue to the insides, and then some of the blues are just white. Interesting, interesting. Now, keep in mind this is CGI, so. But what they did is when they did the CGI characters, they cel shaded them as opposed to the CGI backgrounds. They cel shaded them, and I believe I read that they reduced the frame rate so that it looked more like hand-drawn animation. So a lot of the principles are still there. But yeah, I think we just need to give it less white, which, you know, would be true of something like Flynn Sr. His glows are white. So we're not going to use an inner glow, but we are going to shade this more. Shade this more blue. Let's take a look at the outer glow blue that I used. I need to go lighter blue, I think. And let's turn the spread up a bit. We should probably go precise. Oh, you can see my mistakes. That's part of the problem. I was on soft. We need precise for this kind of stuff. Oh, we can turn the spread down a bit. Or most of the way. I was certain I erased these mistakes earlier. Sure how they got there. It's not like your finger smudges the paper. Oh, frozen. Give me a more precise eraser. Oh, I hate when that opens up. I'm like this. Kind of nuts. I don't know what I did that would have created that spatter. Maybe here I do, because I did a lot of erasing here. I did transform some lines quite a bit, so maybe that's it. don't especially care for when the glow does that, where it gets kind of hazy. You can see like rays of light beaming out from it. So I turn the size down a little bit. You can do these glows on separate layers, so you can get what you want in one place and what you need in another. We'll just leave it be for now. And what were we doing? Oh yeah. Look, man, I didn't get much sleep last night. All right, we're gonna go with color overlay. What am I doing? Let's do a color overlay. And oh yeah, let's pick the same blue. Copy. Paste. Okay. And we'll turn the opacity down because that's a bit much. You know what? Let's go for a gradient. Not sure how sharp I want the transition, but we may go with something kind of sharp. And where was didn't we used to have a style called shape burst? Seems like we used to have one called shape burst. Oh well. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. Yeah, I must be thinking of something else. Okay. Then we'll just stick with my color overlay for right now. Oh, I may be thinking, what was I thinking of that had shape burst? Was it stroke? Something definitely had a shape burst, and I can't remember what it is now. I wonder. We're experimenting here. We're experimenting to see what we can kind of effect we can get. That's interesting. Well, we won't spend too much time on that. Or rather, we'll come back to it. Now, what did I do with this? I felt like something's going on with this disc on my back here. Didn't I create this whole little thing right here so that I could fill it with white? I thought I filled it with white. Where'd the white go? Seems like the white's gone. So what do we want the disc? Want the disc to also be black? I think yeah. I think we do. I don't have a disc here to reference, do I? It's cut off. Oh no, there it is. Ah, there is an interior white line. Oh, it's not a separate document, Dingleberry. Alright, take me to the black layer. And then, yeah, I'm not exactly sure what to do. Okay, here's what we'll do. CBT. Man, when you learn these shortcuts, you can start doing stuff a little bit quicker. And we'll just have a little ring in the center there. Now, the hard part will be remembering exactly if I have filled this correctly. One of these has to be inside, another has to be outside, so yeah, that's not. Okay, so I've learned nothing from my experience here doing this earlier this week. Absolutely nothing. So just know this. And we want to bring this to the front. Whoa. See? Amateur hour. And then we want to subtract the front shape. And that did nothing. I believe we're working against what I did out here at one point. So, how about we just try to fill this as a starting point? Fill this shape. Nothing happened. That's interesting. Wait, do I still have the selection on? No. Oh, but it might help if you actually had white selected. There's an idea. Jeez. Yeah. We were kind of getting somewhere, but because this is amateur hour, we didn't get what we wanted. So I want to subtract this shape here. Once again. Come on, man. It doesn't help that my computer doesn't like the pen tool at all. There we go. Yeah, I kind of sort of had it right to begin with. All right. Yeah, that looks a little better. Frozen. Let it go. Pun intended. All right. So, marginally have what we were going for here. I think we're onto something. Yeah, I think we're onto something. Yeah, I might have my screen, my brightness turned down again. No, it's all the way up. Sun's still shining in my eyes. So there might be enough contrast on these arm parts. Certainly looked like it. Oh yeah, angle your screen a bit. But we'll work on that. We'll look at it on other monitors and see if it shows. But I'm digging it so far. One of the things we overlooked here, we did a little bit wonky, was this line here. Let's just get rid of it. I didn't mean to stroke these lines. Fill with white. Trying to remember that. Okay. Yes, sir. Starting to take shape. Still don't know if I'm going to go with the discs or with the mother of pearl, whatever the heck this thing is. But, yeah. We're getting there. Yeah, so what next? I don't know if I want to get into shading or all that today, but I do know I kind of want to sort of maybe do something about that lightsaber. I probably should have put that in my hand, but I wanted to know where it would be sitting, if it would look right on my hip if I do this avatar character of mine in other poses. I might do an overlay layer where I put the lightsaber in my hand in one of these. Not this one, because it'll look like that'll be odd. So yeah, the lightsaber is probably just going to be a smooth, straight cylinder. But I'm going to look at some reference photos for the cylinder that turns into the light cycle, because I'd have one on one hip for the lightsaber and one on the other hip for the light cycle. Holy crap, that would be awesome. Don't pull out the wrong ones or you'll cut your hand off, but I'm a Jedi, I wouldn't do that. Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah. Okay. If I get too into this, I'll want to create a lightsaber and stuff. So, I'm sorry, a light cycle. Horizontal. I don't think my hips are at the exact same angle here, but so it's not two lightsabers. It is a lightsaber and a light cycle, and that's just sounds friggin' awesome. Okay, we're gonna wrap up here in just a few minutes, but let's Google that light cycle. what would you call it? Stick? Light cycle stick? A mouse without borders is great, but it keeps disconnecting. Light cycle, I guess stick. We'll just work from there. I can't spell light cycle. Oh yeah, they sell it. Holy cannoli moly. Oh snap, a light cycle stick that also turns into a lightsaber. Why not? Why would you need one of each? It's the digital realm, things are multi-purpose. You just have to design for it. You just basically have to have the imagination to make things work in there. It's technical while also being magical. Oh yeah, these designs are awesome. Here, let me copy and paste one of these. Oh, I might have to save the Dropbox like I did with the other one. But let me show you some of these. This is pretty slick. Actually, give it a name. I'm gonna save a couple of these because there's two here that are of interest. Yeah, save this one. So, can it drag from here? Can't drag from here. Alright, we'll drag these both in so y'all can take a look. Oh, let's actually put them on a layer they can be seen on. Sorry, I switched to a mouse and that's just not helpful. Come on, man. Unstick. Stick. Alright. So let's take a look at these here. We've got this is the standard light cycle stick, and this is a light cycle stick extended. And looks like there's a picture of a light cycle stick over here. Oh, it's called the light cycle baton. The light cycle launcher baton. Why did I not know that? Now, would this be problematic when you're riding a light cycle and you want to use your lightsaber? No. Just make the handlebars detach, and we'll come up with something. But yeah, let's apply. You know what? Let's cheat here. We're gonna apply a what are we gonna apply? Layer mask. Sorry, let's invert that. Let's not sample all layers, and let's invert it. Okay. Like I said, we're going to cheat a little bit here for the sake of time and to get an idea of how it would look. And to get a better idea of the proportions. I might have the size off a little bit, but yeah. Fill that layer mask in a little bit more. Yeah, I'm digging it. I'm digging it. So I'm still trying to determine if I want my digital Jedi to be a Jedi that is from the grid, or who is a user in the grid. I think it makes more sense to make him a user. And of course, he'd be the first user who actually could do anything in the grid, because they tend to not do. I mean, sure, create the universe. That's great, but do something. My biggest complaint about Tron Legacy was that Flynn didn't do something while he was in there. I mean, you're a freaking god to these people. You should be able to do something besides just remind people that you are the creator. All right, guys. I'm going to wrap it up there. We've been streaming for roughly an hour. Let's take a look. We've been streaming for 48 minutes. But I want to try to kind of get my schedule back on the hour marks, or at least close to them. So thanks for joining me, guys. As always, if this is your first time here, and even if it isn't, subscribe. Click the little bell icon so that you know when I'm live streaming, because clearly I can't make this a consistent thing, but I have been doing it most every weekday. So just keep an eye on my channel so that you tick the bell icon so that you can keep an eye on my channel and know when I update. I haven't been uploading videos in a while, so you're not going to get your notifications blown up. When I do, then maybe you can toggle it off. But that'll be a while. And at least you'll get notifications when I start uploading regularly. So it all works out. You can subscribe to my channel for the new stuff that I will be posting in the coming months, like typical reaction videos that me and Mrs. Digital Jedi do, in addition to movie and television reviews, comic book commentary, comic book movie commentary, nostalgia reviews. I got a lot of stuff I'm working on. I got a whole Google Docs thing full of stuff I'm working on. It just takes time to work on it, and I'm one guy with no money and a low resource computer. What do you want from me? Anyway, guys, thanks for watching if you were watching, and you can check out the playlist on my channel called Designing a Jedi to see past live streams. I appreciate you giving this a look, and I will see you guys next time. This is Digital Jedi saying, may the Force be ever in your favor. Peace out, guys. See you on the grid.